What we want to do is go back into our personal refiner and see if it's still there. So there we go. The anomaly has given us our gift, so we take that out of the exosuit. Now instead of 5 AI valves, we have 10. So we've turned 250 million units into 500 million units. Hey everybody, welcome to Kirkenspach. Today I'm going to show you 3 ways to do the duplication glitch, or what I like to call the holiday gift exchange. I also want to give a shout out to Jason Plays, Naleek Gaming, and Dad Guy for showing me how to do this. I'll put links to their videos in the descriptions. The duplication glitch allows you to duplicate pretty much anything that you can carry. If this is the first time you've played the game, I don't recommend you do it the first time around. Go ahead and play through the game once, enjoy it, and then use the duplication glitch as a way to get back to parts of the game that you want to redo. If you have played the game before, then this is a great way to jump ahead to the section of the games that you want to focus on. I hope that you enjoy it. If you do, don't forget to click like and subscribe, and let's get started. In the United States, we have this holiday tradition, often called a white elephant gift exchange or a Yankee swap. The idea is that one random person gives another random person a random gift, and they exchange those gifts and see what they get. In No Man's Sky, there's a similar gift exchange. You give a random person a gift, and the anomaly gives you something in return. Most people refer to this as the duplication glitch, but I like to think of it as a gift exchange. So today I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can do this gift exchange. You can use this gift exchange to max out on pretty much anything that you carry. So to get started, we need to get to the anomaly. The basic idea behind the gift exchange is that you're going to put something in a special slot. Then you're going to give somebody something on the anomaly, and the anomaly is going to return what you put in that special slot to you because you gave them a gift. In order to get started, we need to make sure that we are on network in your options and that we're in multiplayer mode. Since we're going to be giving stuff to people, we've got to have people to give it to. In this first example, our special slot is going to be the personal refiner. If you don't already have one, you can find them in the exosuit upgrades. For the first example, we're going to replicate the Starship AI valves. And you can see they're worth a considerable amount of money, about 250 million units. So what I'm going to do is just drop that into the personal refiner like that, and then when I get out of the ship, I'll take it out of the personal refiner. So that's the basic steps we're going to take. All right, let's hop into our ship, and now we'll go ahead and find that Starship AI valve. We'll put that into the personal refiner, and we'll hop out of the ship, which will make an autosave. Now, what we'll want to do is take that Starship AI valve out of the personal refiner now that we've made the autosave. And there we go. So what we're going to be asking the anomaly to do is to put that back into our personal refiner after we give somebody a gift. So let me go ahead and grab one of these storage augmentation units, and that's going to be the gift that I give. Try to give things that are useful or worthwhile to people. Don't just give them junk like carbon or things that you can find easily. So you see when I press X, it'll show me options of people that are around to receive gifts, but there was nobody close by. So I'm going to have to run over, usually over by the Nexus. There's people standing around that you can give things to. So I'll get over here by the Nexus, hover over one of these, press X. There's a couple people available. We'll give it to that person. And when you get the sent storage augmentation, or the sent whatever it is that you sent option, you're safe to go ahead and reload the autosave. So let's reload the autosave. All right, so when we come back, what we want to do is go back into our personal refiner and see if it's still there. So there we go. The anomaly has given us our gift, so we take that out of the exosuit. And now instead of 5 AI valves, we have 10. So we've turned 250 million units into 500 million units. The first time I watched somebody do this, it got a little complex and I didn't completely follow it. So I'm going to run through it again after I finish organizing some of these items so it's easy to see what's happening. And I'll run through it again and show you what I did so that you can do it as well. So we're going to start by hopping into our ship. Once we're in our ship, we'll move whatever it is we want to duplicate into our personal refiner. So this time we'll go ahead and do the multi-function or multi-tool slots. So I'll put those in the personal refiner, hop out. Now that I'm out, I take those out of my personal refiner, drop them back into my exosuit. There we go. Now I gotta go find somebody who'd like a gift. So I'll pick something that I want, press X. Shows me if anybody's close by. Nobody's close by, so we'll put it back. And then we'll run over by the Nexus and find somebody who wants a gift. I usually try to give it to somebody different every time. I don't want to inundate somebody with a whole bunch of stuff. So there's my storage augmentation unit. Still nobody around, so I'm going to have to look a little harder for somebody. All right, drop that back in. There's a guy over there. There's somebody there by... so see if this time we're close enough. There we go. Junk or bunker can get a storage augmentation unit. All right, so it's sent. Now that it's sent, we can go ahead and reload our autosave. All right, there we have it. So now we go in, check our personal refiner, and see if the anomaly was kind enough to give us what we wanted duplicated. And there it is. So we pull that out, drop it in our exosuit, and now instead of 2 multi-tool expansion slots, we have 4. So that's the basic idea behind a one at a time, never having to leave the anomaly, as I like to call it, a gift exchange, but what most people call the duplication glitch. So you're not limited to doing it one at a time, though. There are a couple other ways that you can do multiple items and glitch multiple items at once. So to do that, I'm going to need to get down to my base. But I need to get to my base through the anomaly teleporter. And the reason is that's going to allow me to get back to the anomaly without having to do a save, because I'll be able to use a shortcut to get back here. So let's get back down to my base. All right, here we are. All right, so my plan is to use an exocraft as my special slot. I'm going to go build a Colossus. I don't actually have an exocraft right now, so I'm going to have to build that geobay first. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into my build menu and then go into the exocraft, find the Colossus. There it is. I'm going to drop it right here by my base. All right, now I've got a Colossus, and I can jump in here and make this my primary exocraft now. So let's jump in. And then we'll just jump out. Okay. And now, what I want to do is jump in the ship, and this time, instead of putting things into my personal refiner, I'm going to put them into the exocraft. And since the exocraft can hold so many things, I can duplicate quite a few things at a time. So I'm going to throw in a bunch of these modules, because I can sell them for Nanites. I'm going to throw in some storage augmentation units. I'll go ahead and throw in some more multi-function or multi-tool slots. Throw in some more of those Starship AI valves, some salvage data. I can load it up with as much stuff as will fit in that exocraft. Now this exocraft holds a ton, and I'm just going to do a handful of things. But once I jumped out of the ship, then just like before, I take them out of the exocraft and put them back in my exosuit. All right, so now the tricky thing is I need to get back to the anomaly, but I can't make a save between these 2 steps. If I make a save, this won't work. So I restored the autosave when I got out of my ship, and that has to be my last save before I give somebody a gift. So I'm just right now organizing some of these so you can see how everything works. All right, so let's go ahead and, that's the factory override unit, not storage augmentation units. I wish they didn't make those things look exactly the same. All right, so we're good. So you'll see in your shortcut menu, there's a return to anomaly link. So we're going to use that to get back to the anomaly. And you'll notice no save occurred when I made that jump. So now that I'm back here, I can give things away. So that's not what I want. So let me grab one of these and see if there's anybody that's, there we go, somebody's right there. All right, and it's sent. So now I can execute my autosave. So reload that autosave. And as soon as we get back, then we can check to see if the anomaly put our gifts back into our exocraft. So we'll go ahead and open up our inventory. Go run over to the exocraft section. And there they are. So now I can move all these back into my exosuit, and we'll see what kind of loot we got. All right, so here we are. So now I have quite a few storage units. You see now I've got where I had 3 before, and now I've got 6. I've got 2 C and 4 Bs. I Now I've got yet another stack of those Starship AI valves. And then I've also got 8 of the multi-tool expansion slots now. So I was able, and then also additional salvage data. So I was able to duplicate multiple things at once by using the Exocraft. All right, well, let's do it again so that you can see how all of this works. Because we loaded our autosave, our shortcut to the anomaly is gone now. See how there's no return to space anomaly link anymore? So the first thing we're going to have to do is get back to the anomaly and teleport back down so that we can reestablish that link. So we're going to have to jump in our ship. And we'll take off to the anomaly. And I called the anomaly when I was pretty close to the planet, so it's, I mean, you can see it right there in the atmosphere. It's easy to get to and it's pretty quick. And I love these living ships. It's one of the coolest things in the game right now. Sometime here in the near future, I'm going to go ahead and do an episode on how to create these or how to get these living ships. It's a little bit of an involved process, but I think it's worth it. All right, so here we are getting into the anomaly. And once we get to the anomaly, all we're going to do is just run to the teleporter and teleport back down to our base so that we can get that link back. I know there was one example where instead of using the link, they would just fly the ship here to the anomaly and then stay in the ship and give the gift from the ship. But if you're going to do that, then you got to wait for somebody to get close enough to your ship that you can actually teleport it to them. But either way works. Just have to decide which one, and I'm stuck. There we go. All right, so we're gonna get past the door, and then get back over here to the teleport unit and jump down to the base. And then once we get to the base, we're following that same process. We're going to put the things that we want as gifts from the anomaly in the Exocraft, and then go back to the anomaly, give our gift to somebody else, and then the anomaly will return our gifts to us. So here we go. And my ship is not where it belongs. One of these days I'm going to install a landing pad here, but this is not my main base, so. All right, so I'll calm my ship down so I have to go chase it. All right, let's jump in the ship and then start moving things into the Exocraft. And this time I won't do quite so many things into the Exocraft. I think you're getting the idea. We'll go ahead and move. Factory override units would be good. I haven't copied them for a time or two. We'll do one more of these. We'll go ahead and do a salvage data and do some more multi-tool slots. All right, that's probably good enough. We're going to do 2 of those. All right. So now we jump out of the ship. That establishes our save point. And now we move everything out of the Exocraft back into our exosuit. And like I said, this is going to make room for the anomaly to give us our gifts. All right, and just organize this a little bit so we can see the results a little bit better. All right, so now we just go to our, press X, get to the return to space anomaly link. It returns us to the space anomaly. Once we get there, then we just have to find somebody to accept a gift from us. And let's go ahead and open up our inventory. See if there's anybody within striking distance. Get one of these. There we go. See if it sends. It's taking a second. Sometimes it takes a second for the send to go through. There we go. So it went through that time. Now we can go ahead and reload our autosave. And then we can see if the anomaly put gifts in our Exocraft for us. There we go. I'm going to load these back into our exosuit. And then take a look at our exosuit inventory. And And there it all is. So now I've got 4 stacks of those AI valves. I got more salvage data than I can count quickly. And you'll see I went from 8 to 16 of the multi-tool slots. So I've actually got a second stack going now. And we went from 6 to 12 of the factory override units. So as you see, this is a really quick way, if you want to duplicate things, that you can do multiple items at once. Now, if you're new to the game and are just playing it for the first time, I don't recommend you do this because you're going to be cheating yourself out of some of the experiences. But if you've been playing the game for a long time and you want to jump ahead to do something that you find interesting, or to do just something very specific in the game, and you don't want to grind through gathering all these materials up, this is a way to take that shortcut to get ahead and get to that section of the game that you want to play. Alright, so let's say you don't have an exocraft and you still want to take advantage of the duplication glitch. Well, another way you can do that is using not personal refiners, but refiners that you have on your base. So I'm going to go ahead and load items into a couple of my refiners. So these are just medium refiners. They each hold 2 slots, so I can go ahead and put a couple of things in one. I'll put a couple of things in this one. I'm going to do some more of those factory override units. I'll do more multi-tool expansion slots. Let's load 1 more refiner. Alright, I think this one will throw in a couple of the salvage data. Let's throw some of those in. Another stack. Alright, there we go. So, I've done that. But of course, I did a reload of my autosave. So my shortcut's not there anymore. So I'm going to have to fly back to the anomaly. And it's okay that I've already put those things in the refiner. Gotta load up. I think it's interesting that they use oxygen for the reload for the living ships instead of uranium or starship fuel. Alright, let's get back to the anomaly, create our shortcut. Yeah, the fact that I've already done the personal refiner is okay. So that as long as I take everything out when I get ready to go back to the anomaly. I generally just do everything going straight into the ship out of personal preference, but it just kind of helps me remember the steps. Alright, here we go. Well, it could not have parked me any further from the teleport. Literally the farthest parking spot. I guess I won't have to worry about getting dinged. Okay, we're back at the base. So now all I'm going to have to do is go jump in my ship, jump out of my ship, well, create the autosave, and then run back to the personal refiners. Let's make sure that they didn't disappear while I was gone. Okay, everything's still in there. So yeah, I'll go jump into my ship, which is not here, because it's parked back over on the other side of the building. I love these low atmosphere planets because you like float there. So let's go ahead and get over there though. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in my ship, jump out of my ship, because I've already put everything in the refiners. So now I've just got to go back to the refiners and take everything out. Alright, let's grab these last 2. And then once we have these, we can go ahead and go to our shortcut menu and find our return to anomaly link. And that gets us back to the anomaly. And now we're doing the same exact thing that we were doing with the exocraft. We're going to go ahead and give our gift, and then hopefully the anomaly will return gifts to us, and we'll be able to collect those. So let's see if we got anybody nearby who'd like a gift. Let's give it to Bigfoot there. Alright, so Bigfoot gets his storage augmentation. And we'll reload our autosave. And once we get back to the base with the autosave, and we can jump in there, and our refiner should be full of loot. It's the anomaly who's giving us our gifts. So let's head on down there. Get into those refiners, and they should be full of loot. There we go. Let's grab that. Grab that. And get these factory override units. And get those multi-tool expansion slots. And one more to check. Alright, so I'll do this one more time just to make sure you've got the process. I think by now you've got it. So I'm going to go ahead and do it pretty fast. I'll just speed up the video and let you watch. I'll just go ahead and jump in on the steps, but I think by now you should be getting the hang of this. Alright, so we flew back to the anomaly, teleported back down so we could get our shortcut link back in our menu. And now we're going to go ahead and load each of the refiners with the items that we want the anomaly to give us back as gifts. Alright, so now we'll run back to our ship and go ahead and jump out and do a save, and then we'll run back to the refiners and take everything out so that the anomaly can put the gifts in the refiners for us. Okay, everything's out of the refiner, so now we can use our shortcut to get back to the anomaly and look for somebody to receive our gift. Okay, here we are. Let's see if there's anybody close by that can take a gift from us. And as usual, we're going to give them a storage augmentation unit, and nobody's here. Alright, well, let's run over there by the Nexus and see what we can find, or see who we can find to get a gift. Here's somebody over by the Quicksilver Merchant. Let's see if he can take a gift. Twin Mines cannot store storage augmentation. No, it was not your lucky day. Alright, so we were able to find somebody to take it, reload the autosave. Alright, now we're back. And now it's just a matter of running back to the refiners and seeing if the anomaly has left us our gifts. I'll just go ahead and drop in down here. All right, there they are. Okay, so I think that pretty much sums it up. So we've demonstrated 3 different ways that you can do the duplication glitch, or as I like to call it, the holiday gift exchange. So you can do it using your personal refiner, you can do it using an exocraft or anything else that will hold items, or you can do it using your refiners. So whichever way makes the most sense to you, feel free to do that. And remember, if this is your first time playing the game, and I don't recommend you do this. I say go out there and experience the game and enjoy it. But if you've gotten to the point in the game where you know how to get salvage data, and you know how to get storage units, and you know how to get override units, and you don't want to grind through hours of that kind of activity, and this is one way to jump ahead to the part of the game that you want to play. So thanks everybody for joining. If you would, please click like and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, leave a comment, and I can thank you personally that way. Thanks again. See you next show.